Hi, this is Eric Martin with Working Geek. I'm here with Amanda Barker from Cryptozoic Entertainment, looking at the DC Comics deck building game Rebirth. It's been in the works for a while.
Yes.
I know it's like finding the final form.
Yes.
Took a little bit of work.
We really wanted to make sure it was perfect before we released it, so we took our time and we are ready. And it is releasing here at Gen Con.
That's right. So we saw it at Gamma.
Yes.
I know it's still not quite final form, but now you got everything here. Maybe give an overview of it.
Definitely. So for those of you who may not be familiar with DC Rebirth, it is, we added a couple new components, including movement. So instead of the basic deck building lineup where you buy your cards from.
Where you buy anywhere.
Right. You actually have to be on the location of the card that you would like to buy.
Okay.
So there is a movement component now. There's also the threat track, which you can play cooperative or competitive, depending on the side that you choose. So it's really easy to flip between those two.
Okay.
Let's see. And there's also scenarios. So it does play like a campaign game. So from game to game, whether you win, whether you lose, whether you upgrade your characters, you upgrade your deck, or if a location becomes damaged, you take note of that, and that will affect future scenarios.
Okay, because you're trying to protect the locations as well, or what's the main goal? Is it still having the most points, or are we doing other things as well?
You're doing other things as well, but that is also how you win, is having the most victory points, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, so the scenarios themselves, they play very thematically. There's a little bit of flavor text as far as like story, what it is that you're doing. When you open the scenario packet, it will tell you which villains to shuffle into the main deck. It'll tell you which locations to use and which side to use of the locations. So they are double-sided, so one side will have an ability that you can activate by performing some action or another, and then the other one will have a specific stack of cards. So you know how you'll be able to buy like kicks or something from a lineup?
Right.
Those will come from the B sides of the location. So example, the flight stack will be at this location, so you can get your flight cards from this location.
Okay, and that's all dictated based on the setup?
Yes,
and then
based on the setup and the scenario, it'll tell you what you're doing and why, and to save whom or what or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, anything else to tell that would not be spoily?
I think that it's really fun.
Can you play without the scenarios? Can you just play just with the movements?
Another big question that we get is it compatible with all of our other DC deck building items? And it is. So there is a page in the back of the rulebook that talks about how you can combine it, and so that would be like a non-campaign mode. Of course, since there is movement components, you have to do it specifically so that you make sure that you have enough move so you can get around the board and purchase cards, but you definitely can combine it with all the future iterations. You can set up your own campaigns, and you can play through the campaigns again. So it plays like a legacy game, but it's not permanent. You don't draw on it or tear up any cards or throw anything away. You just take notes of
unless you're
what
that
has
type
changed.
of person, I guess.
Unless you'd like to, but you can play through the campaigns as many times as you'd like with as many friends as you'd like.
All right. Thank you very much, Amanda,
Yeah, of course.
for an overview of Rebirth for the DC deck building game. Thank you.
Of course.